Hello, everybody. It's Spiritual Biz Success Peeps. Kimberly Maska here, founder of Spiritual Biz Bootcamp and your fearless leader in this group. So here's something I see coming up a lot. And I was actually just on a call with someone the other day, and it was kind of fascinating to see this play into action right in front of my eyes. But are you letting your stories from your past, whether it's a trauma, whether it's a fear, whether it's an experience that you had that brought you contrast that you didn't really love, are you letting those stories, that past, keep you from living your future, living your life, and creating your spiritual business? And it's so unfortunate, not even just creating your spiritual business, so many times it's just keeping you from living your life in general, to be hanging on to the past. And so it's fascinating to me to watch this in action, especially when it is with a spiritual person who has these amazing gifts, who should be a spiritual entrepreneur, creating their business, stepping out and changing the world, and yet they're letting their past hold them back. And it's heartbreaking for me actually to watch it happen. So I was speaking with someone the other day, and she was actually just about to join boot camp, and she allowed her fears to stop her from moving forward. And I don't even know that she fully realized it was her fears, but there was these stories from her past that were coming up. Stories about how people didn't support what she was doing. Stories about how things were hard. Stories about how when she used her gift that there was abuse around that. Like, the stories were heartbreaking, truly. And I acknowledged those stories, but she was still hanging on to them. And those stories were preventing her from moving forward. And it truly broke my heart to see it. Someone with such gift and being able to connect with source in such a way and to help others in this amazing way, and yet not being able to realize when people were there to support and move forward, it was seen more as not being in a high vibrational place. And so I want you guys to check in with yourselves and see, is there a moment, is there a story, is there something that's appearing in your life that repeats itself over and over and over? Is there a subconscious programming that's keeping you from moving forward in your business? Is there a subconscious programming that's keeping you from just even acknowledging your spiritual gifts? There may have been a point in time in your life when you came out with a spiritual gift and your family made fun of you, or maybe they still do because I don't get it. I know for me, I'm half Latina, and in that world, it's part of the devil. Like, you're not supposed to practice your intuition and your healing because it's you're not supposed to do that because it's bad. You're going to go to hell. So I get it. I get what that's like. But I also have seen that it's just a story, and that I can have the choice to change that story. I can choose to believe it, allow it impact my life, or I can make a choice to step forward and create something amazing, which was clearly I've done. I have not allowed the impressions and the opinions of my family to imprint on me in such a way. It's taken some clearing. It definitely has taken some internal work to make it happen, but I was very determined and focused because I know I have a purpose on this planet, and my purpose is to help you guys step out with your spiritual businesses so that we can shift consciousness on the planet. And so if you have a gift and you haven't stepped out with it, why? What's the fear that's holding you back? Because that's all it is a fear. There is something that is either subconscious or maybe it's conscious. Maybe you're aware of a reason why you're terrified to step out with your spiritual gift. What is that? Take a moment and really do some internal work to figure out, what is this thing that is holding me back? What was I told at some point in time? Was I told that being, spirituality and money doesn't go together? That's a really common one I hear all the time. There's this disconnect between spirituality and money. Or maybe it was your family, again, made fun of you because of it. Or maybe you were told that that was evil, that you shouldn't be tapping into those gifts. Like, what is the thing that's keeping you from living your purpose? Do some honest work on that and clear what's there, because it's a crying shame that you have these amazing gifts and you're not using them. This planet needs you to step out. And not only does the planet need you, but you need to step out. Because I bet if you're not stepping out with your spiritual gift and you're not actually in full joy and use of it, I bet you it's showing up in your life in all sorts of ways. You're probably sick. You've had all sorts of ailments. I mean, I see it all the time with my clients. That, or you have some major catastrophic event happen in your life where there's just more trauma because you haven't fully awakened. and you've awakened, but you're not fully realizing the impact of not stepping out with your gifts. So be the best version of you. That's where you need to be. You need to be stepping out with your gifts. You need to be showing the world your light. You need to be shining your light at the highest level. And don't dim your light because someone else has an opinion that contradicts with who you are. Their opinion is, frankly, it doesn't matter. So take the steps. Life is way too short for you to be living in the past, looking at the past fears, looking at the past stories, and having those things keep you here. It is time for you to step forward and step forward with your gifts and serve on this planet as you were intended to serve. That is why you were given these gifts. And on that note, I'm just going to leave it at that, because if you're sitting in that spot, you're probably not ready for boot camp. But maybe, again, your gifts are the most important thing that you've received from Source, that connection with Source. And if you are living your life any other way than being your full authentic version of yourself and stepping out with your gifts, I don't know what you're doing, and you're only hurting yourself. So do some honest work on that. Be able to look and determine what is the thing that's keeping me from fully stepping out. What fear is holding me back? What's the little story that's running in your brain that's keeping you where you are? Do some work on that. And when you're ready to step out and you're ready to make a huge difference, then comment in here and I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day. Let me see if there's any questions or comments. I totally missed that again. Yep, that's it. How's my people? Hello, Tracy. How's it going? Sonia, hey, I've seen you in a while. Kristen, Cheryl, love you guys. All right, Kathy, how's it going? All right, guys. Susan just joined in, new boot camper. All right, guys. So you guys have an awesome day. Remember, if you are not stepping out with your gifts, what is the fear that is holding you back? What is the thing? Because it's so simple and it is a choice. It is a choice to be able to shift that. It may not seem like it's an easy choice. It may seem like it's a really difficult thing to do. We all have our own path. But I believe that you are strong enough to make the choice to release the past and move forward with your gifts, to be able to shift consciousness and everything else on this planet. We have to raise the vibration. And again, if you are living your life any other way than being fully authentic to who you are and sharing your gifts and shining your light, I don't know what you're doing. Really don't. You're missing out on your purpose here. On that note, I'll see you guys in the next video.